What is up to testing? Okay, alright, we're good. Apologize for the content, like, you know what I mean, like, we got endless police body cam content, but apart from that, like, I don't have shit to watch. Like, I gotta get better at finding shit to watch. But anyways, this video, cop had to arrest his friend.
They've never seen before.
Okay.
But what happens when instead it's their own friends that they have to arrest?
Ain't nobody jumped out, Buck.
Yes, they did, Kevin. Did they
Stay
not?
out of this, Kevin.
Here are 3 examples of this happening, starting with the case of Buck Preston.
Buck.
What?
You know you ain't got.
Damn, Michael.
You know you ain't got a driver's license.
Don't do this, please.
I got to.
Man, goddamn, Michael. Please.
I got to.
Please.
No.
Please, just listen.
Sheriff.
The thing is, they got body cams. Like, he can't just be like, alright,
I mean,
I'm gonna
they've
see
seen you
shit.
driving. We gotta get you.
He has
One of
body
the
cam,
cons
dog.
to small town living is that everybody knows each other, including the cops. The town sheriff claims to have seen Buck driving his Chevy pickup, but nearly every cop in town knows he doesn't have his license. So what else is there for Buck to do to try and
How
explain his
stupid can
way
you
out of
be?
it?
How, like, what are you driving your truck for if every cop in town knows you don't have a fucking license? Dumbass.
I'm telling you, I'm just trying to tell you something. Listen, if you listen to me. The person that was driving this truck just jumped out of the fucking over there on goddamn Lake Morality, and goddamn, I had no other way to get it here, buddy. I swear to God, I'm not going to drive it no more. I promise you.
No, I got to.
God damn, Michael, please.
31 to 28. You 51 this way.
Damn. Oh, he's
I
mad.
just passed it.
He said 21 to
Passed him?
Yeah, on
He got called out.
No, he didn't. I swear to God.
He called for
didn't.
backup on
I
his
just
stupid
swear
ass.
to God, if you listen to me, bro, I swear to God.
I'm about to right now. Sure, if he's stating someone jumped out behind the wheel.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get my truck
He's
on.
literally on the fucking radio calling for like backup or some shit while his fucking best friend's like, I don't know if they're best friends. Man.
That's it.
Buck.
Bro, I
Apparently he
swear
knows
to
every
God,
cop.
Can't get a driver's license in the state of Florida, dude. That's how bad it is.
Buck's story is that his friend was driving his truck, but ditched him out near a lake, leaving him with no option but to drive back home himself. Unfortunately for Buck, though, we are in the 21st century, and the officer reminds him he could have just called someone with a license to drive him back, and that he still broke the law regardless of the circumstances. Predictably, Buck wasn't very happy about this.
I get it, but man, you still can't drive, bro. Pull it off the road and wait for someone has a valid license.
What?
Let's go.
That's crazy, dude. Would you tell him that?
Let's go, Buck. I'm not playing this game.
What do you mean? I'm telling you the truth.
Nobody jumped out. God damn it.
Oh, oh, get his ass, get that taser.
Man, I'm trying to tell you
I'm not-
something.
Ain't nobody jumped out, Buck.
Yes, they did. Kevin, did they
Stay
not?
out of this, Kevin.
Did they not?
Kevin, back up.
Kevin, you stay out of this.
Did they not jump out?
Back up, Kevin.
God damn, dude.
I'm trying to get respect when you go rough for me like that. Get up.
Despite the chase not lasting very long at all this did was
It's the
add an
guiltiest
extra
shit you can
charge to
do.
Buck's already fairly long list. And given how close everyone seems to be here,
You can't say you're
just know
fucking
this
innocent,
police
like,
chase is gonna
trust
be
me,
the
like,
talk
someone
of the
jumped out and then
town.
just fucking run away,
Part of the
dog.
struggle on the ground had to be cut, but the cops reported that Buck resisted so hard that they had to deploy a taser to make him calm down. The footage
Damn.
returns when Buck was fully restrained and handcuffed. Buck was taken to the officer's patrol vehicle and driven back to the station. Obviously angry, he decided to make the conversation on the way back personal.
I don't talk to you about your mama in this. This is. I don't give a fuck if you talk to me about my mama or not. Leave my family out of this, dog.
All I'm saying is this. Would she be proud of you for sticking that fucking taser to me when I was not even resisting when you done that?
You're resisting.
He was literally running away, dog. How's that?
Yeah, that's why we had each other in headlocks. Whatever. Look, Buck. Stop bringing my mama into it.
There's little information about what happened to Buck after this video, but it's likely he was charged with driving without a license and resisting arrest. There's an argument that Buck could also be hit with fleeing to elude an officer, but this is a felony that comes with a 5-year prison sentence. It's more likely the officer gave his friend the misdemeanor charge worth just a couple months in jail. It's unlikely the suspects in this next case got the same treatments though, as it wasn't just a civilian caught breaking the law, but also their cop friend.
Hello. How you doing? Reason I stopped you is your right brake light is out. Who do you work for?
There's always like some small shit at first. It's always like, I saw your brake light was out, so I just pulled you over. It's like, all right, appreciate it. Bye, dog. It's always some other shit. So So you got any weapons in the car? It's like,
Yeah. Well, I'm asking you both.
DCS.
What?
DCS.
DCS. What's DCS?
You don't know what
Department of
DCS?
Children's Services?
As he mentioned, the suspect named Petra Edgerton was originally pulled over for a broken brake light, but the officer quickly noticed something else: a police badge around Petra's neck. Firstly, this cop doesn't recognize the supposed officer, but it's also unusual to see a police officer driving around in a broken car. Something feels off, so the cop decides to investigate further.
See your license then? Do you have your badge on you? Like your ID badge?
I badge for.
Being a police officer.
See, this is what you're asking me all those questions.
Right.
Saying you stop me for my right brake light.
So, if you're a police officer, you understand what probable cause is, right?
So what's the probable cause?
Your right brake light's out.
My right brake light wasn't out when you followed me out of the gas station.
Yeah, it is. It's out right now.
The car wasn't even on when you followed me out of the
Doesn't
gas
matter. You're driving with a brake light out on the streets, so it's an
station.
equipment
Okay,
violation.
You followed me out of the gas station.
I saw it when you were pulling out.
At this point, the brake light issue is the least of the cops' worries. It's difficult to classify what exactly an off-duty officer is supposed to act like, but something about Petra is triggering alarm bells for the cop. She's acting defensive, being closed off, and giving strange, vague answers.
but also it's like, just because someone is giving vague answers and they're being defensive, like, I get it, but does that, like, just because someone does that, why does a cop have to be like, so let me see your badge, let me see your ID, okay, do you have anything in the car, okay, let me look at this, okay, so let me see, where do you work? Like,
Answers to questions
I don't
that
know.
a real cop would be able to answer. So it's time to quit the games and figure out exactly what's going on here.
Look, long story short, I just want to know who you work for.
And that's the issue. Why do you want to know who I work for?
Because I've never seen you around here before. You're not a police officer that works here.
You don't know who I am. If
That's
you just
right.
said you never seen me.
Right.
couldn't they
So,
just be
are you
for
a
some
police
other
officer or
city?
you're not a police officer?
So because a black person walks into a store with a badge and a gun, it's an issue.
That has nothing to do with you being black. Are you a police officer or you're not a police officer?
Not a police officer.
You're not a police officer?
No.
So why would you go into Quick Trip and get free food with your badge and gun?
Because
Free
I'm an
food.
officer. You don't have
How does he know
to
that?
be a police officer to go in there. I've been doing it for 3 years.
So you're not a
It's not-
certified police
It's
officer.
not probable cause. It's a personal thing.
There are a dozen ways for a cop to prove
fuck?
that they work for a certain agency. For example, she could give the name of her department and supervisor and have the cop check the names with them. This would only take a couple minutes, and any real cop would know this, so the fact that she's getting defensive instead and turning this into a personal thing is a huge red flag. It's also clear that Petra doesn't seem to realize what she actually did wrong. Just minutes earlier, she was seen inside the store presenting her
Actual
badge and
footage
gun to the cashier
of her
and
store.
walking out
My
with
bad.
free food. This isn't just cop impersonation, it's theft. So the cop needs to get to the bottom of this.
Did I steal from
Are you
Quick Trip?
yeah, if you're not a police officer.
I've never seen somebody wear that shit around their
I went
neck.
up to the register, spoke to the guy that works there, and told him I had his drink.
So you're presenting yourself as a police officer with your badge and your gun on the side.
Okay,
Do you understand that?
I do understand that. But my issue with you is, you've seen that. You say because you've never seen me before.
So
And
who do you work
followed
for?
me out of the store.
Who do you work for?
Are you
Who is
pulling me
DCS?
over? How long have you been working here?
12 years, 13
So
years.
How do you not know what DCS is?
There's, like I said, is it Department of Children's Services? What is it? Explain it to me.
I don't have to explain myself to you. If you're gonna give me a ticket for tail light, you give me a ticket for tail light.
Okay. You see your license?
Since he's getting nothing out of Petra, the cop decides to call up DCS himself, and his suspicions get instantly confirmed.
Who's your supervisor?
What does that have to do with my brake light?
What it has to do with is you've told me you're a police officer or you're an officer for DCS. I've got DCS on the phone. They say you don't work there. So who's your supervisor?
It seems that the suspect knows at least something about policing, as she chooses to remain silent from now on. So the cop turns his attention to the passenger of this vehicle, who at this point hasn't said a word. When he asks for her ID, he gets a huge surprise.
I have one of your employees here, Brandy Green. She was with her friend, Petra Edgerton. Brandy decided that she was going to give Petra her badge and her gun to go into Quick Trip and get some food. So I pulled them over for a broken tail light.
there's two of
Petra
them.
was driving. She had the badge on and the gun on. When I pulled
That's
them
the
over,
stupidest shit I've ever heard. Why doesn't the cop just go in if that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to get free food or some shit, why doesn't the cop go in?
She identified herself as a DCS officer,
If you're really,
and then later admitted.
I don't even know
not
why you
being
would do that,
DCS
just to get
officer.
a snack. But like, all right.
Employee Brandy Green admitted to giving her.
Why
the
would you
gun
send in
and
the
badge
fake
to
cop?
go into Quick Trip
Cop
to get
doesn't
the
want to like
food.
risk their job or
After
some shit.
investigating just a little further, both Pectra and the
But also, why would you be doing some shit like that when you know a cop was following you or some shit?
actual cop, Brandy Green, admit to everything. Following the incident, Brandy resigned from her job at the DCS, and Pectra is facing felony charges for impersonation, carrying a sentence of up to 5 years in prison. There's many more examples of these cops that seem
you really
to
getting
just
5 years because you impersonated a cop and you wanted a snack.
forget they
That
also
is
need to follow the
fucking crazy.
rules, just like Corporal Scott Bertzik did on New Year's Day 2021. When Officer Brooke Shutterly arrived at the scene of a car crash, she realized it wasn't just her supervisor at the wheel, but a good friend of hers.
So, reached out for my lighter, slammed into his ass. Cool. No, not really.
So that's their supervisor.
Really?
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
Your car's fucked up.
No, absolutely. Which I just fucking fixed.
Obviously, Brooke and Scott are familiar with each other. And curiously, Scott holds nothing back when describing exactly how the incident went down. It's clear that Scott is the one at fault here, so before going any further, Brooke decides to call back to the base to ask whether or not it's okay for her to be handling this incident.
This crash, Birdie, so come work it? Okay. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've worked a crash with one of us in it, so... No, he's not on duty. He's in his POV. I just didn't want there to be any, like, conflict of interest type issues. Alright, that was it. I just want to make sure. Alright, bye. Dang it, Birdie.
Brooke is given the go-ahead and told that there should be no issues with her handling this case, but that was before she noticed this.
You good?
Wait.
Huh?
Wait on his way.
He's not coming. You good?
Walking home, but yep, I'm good.
So, Birdie, you giving me some indicators?
Oh.
Listen.
Get the woman.
Listen. Valdez is coming out just to... I'm not gonna lie to you about it.
She's on her way?
Yeah, she's on her way. I'm not really comfortable with this whole thing at all, but I'm not gonna lie to you about it.
Oh no, I don't mean to put you in that indie. Yep.
From now on, you know how it goes. You can't consume anything, okay? Because right now you're being detained.
Wait, what?
It's obvious that Scott is under the influence of something, judging by his slurred speech, slowed reactions, and slight loss of
I was gonna
motor
say, for like to be a supervisor or whatever, like he's kind of like not, he don't seem all
control.
there.
Brooke is fairly sure he's been drinking. At this point, Scott is no longer her supervisor. He's just a suspect in a
God damn
case.
it. Come on,
and
man.
What's more,
Just let me
he's
walk
drunk
home.
and likely unpredictable. A combination which can be incredibly threatening to a female officer.
Please don't make my life difficult.
I would never do that to you.
Okay. I'm very uncomfortable right now.
And I apologize for putting you in that position. Are you on?
Yes, I am. And I'm going to remain on for integrity. You know you can't smoke right now.
Why?
Because if I'm going to do a DUI investigation, it impedes it, so you can't consume anything. I want to get that dog. That is a really cute dog.
Fear
What the
aggression
fuck?
issue.
You can always train a dog.
Look at this dog I want.
You can't consume anything. You're killing me.
Trying.
What's too late now?
After a short wait, another officer arrives at the scene, meaning they can finally start getting to the bottom of all of this with some sobriety tests. These lasted over 10 minutes, but it's not hard to tell how they went by just looking at a few seconds.
Why don't they
of
just
them.
ask him to
You may
blow?
begin the test.
1, 2,
Oh,
3.
oh my god, he's fucked. You're stupid. You're dumb. You passed.
Judging by
Good
this
job,
and
bro.
the
Good
overwhelming
job.
amounts
Hey.
of evidence against
job,
him
bro.
at this point,
You did good.
the officers thought it was safe to conclude that Scott had been drinking that night, and
Bro, God
decided
damn.
it was time to put him in cuffs.
You should have just blown
something
him.
he was
I mean,
far from happy about.
There's things that we can do to fix this, but
You should have just blown him.
fucking everything.
It's got the hinge locks. Okay.
Good to go?
Despite Scott being one of the most polite and respectful suspects ever on this channel, he was actually hit with a better sentence than the majority of criminal cops. After blowing a .156 back at the station, he was charged with driving under the influence and damaging property. He was ordered to pay just under $1,000 in fines, serve 50 hours of community service, and take multiple substance abuse and DUI classes, and had his driver's license suspended for 6 months. He was
It really could have been a lot worse.
also sued by the driver of the vehicle he hit, and a cash settlement was reached. And on top of all of that, he also was suspended without pay for a week and given a last chance agreement, meaning one more slip up and he was out for good.
Wow, so he even gets to keep his job. He just was gone for a week. A predator in a classroom? What the fuck? Shit. I'm just looking at these thumbnails. These crazy ass looking thumbnails, dog. What the fuck? Gets me every time. Stay out of this, Kevin. Yeah, I didn't know this was like a fucking 3-part
his
video or
friend
whatever the fuck. But hey, fuck it. Anyways.